Thank you so much for being here today. This is a wonderful group from the Breast Friends organization in Tigard, Oregon that we are practicing with today. If you're joining late, please make sure to go ahead and put your email address or your phone number in the chat box so that we can see who all was able to attend. So I'm practicing from a chair today so that this practice is accessible for everyone. But if you have a yoga mat and you're comfortable to be sitting down on the floor, please feel free to do that for yourself. This is your yoga practice, kind of like one of those old choose your own adventure storybooks. I don't know who all might be familiar with those, but this is your choose your own adventure yoga practice. This is for you. You don't need to copy everything I do. You can go farther than I do, or you can be more subtle than I am, whatever feels right in your body today. So all that being said, once you do find your seat, if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do that. And just invite yourself to inhabit your body, to get down out of the thinking mind and into your feeling body. And just notice what you notice. Notice how your heart is beating. Notice how your breath is flowing. Notice any sensations of hot or cold or discomfort. Anything that comes up for you. Whether you judge these sensations good or bad, try to do so without judgment. To just notice the sensations and not assess whether they're good or bad. Just notice that they are part of you and your experience today, and they are all welcome to be here. We don't want to push any parts of ourselves away. And today's practice, as always, will be supporting the nervous system. So we will be finding this safe space in our bodies and then doing a little movement to activate the energy, the prana, the vitality in our bodies to release any stagnant energy. And then come back to that sense of safety in the body. And by doing this over and over again, we begin to build resilience because we have no ability to change our environment or the people around us. The only thing that we have any control over is how we respond to the environment, the people around us, the things that are going on. And I was reminded of a quote today. I don't know who said it, but wherever you are, be in love. Wherever you are, be in love. So with that in mind, you might bring to mind somebody, something that you love, especially that unconditional love, not the complicated love of a wayward child or a long-term partner, but the love of like a pet or a baby, maybe the love of roses or sunsets, beaches, whatever first comes to mind when you think about that person or place or thing that you really love. And just hold that in your heart and notice how it feels in your body. Begin to notice how it changes your pulse, your breathing, if at all. And as we move forward in our practice today, I invite you to hold that feeling of love in your heart for yourself and for your practice, to be in love here in this present moment. So let's just take 3 cleansing breaths together. We'll inhale through the nose. And when you exhale, exhale out the nose or the mouth with a really big sigh, maybe even an audible one, something like this. Do that 3 times. And as you let that breath go, just drop it like a weight you've been carrying all day. Let it bring a sense of relief to your body. One more time. And I invite you, if you like, to bring your palms together and your thumbs to rest at your sternum, bringing the intention to be in love here in this practice. And then we'll find ourselves giving ourselves a little bit of love. So let's rub those hands together and begin to create a little heat. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And if you want to blink your eyes open here, you can, but you're more than welcome to keep them closed or soft. Just keep going, just keep going. Little bit more. Warming up the shoulders, warming up the upper back, warming up the hands. And then let's let those hands come apart and bring your fingertips right to the top of the forehead at the hairline here. Probably just the middle 3 fingers. And we're just going to make some little tapping motions, nice and gentle and soft. If that doesn't feel good, you can do some little circles. And bring your fingers down the hairline towards your temples. And then at the temples, you might notice a little tenderness. Maybe slow down and make some circles in each direction. And then out towards the top of the ear, where the top of the ear and the skull meet. And then maybe right down in front of the ear, maybe just moving to the index fingers. And then find that little divot right beneath the earlobe, between the jaw and the sides of the neck. And just make some little circles with the index fingers or the middle fingers here, nice and slow. Reverse the circles and you might open and close your mouth here a little bit. And you might notice some tenderness, especially if you tend to clench your teeth or grind them. And then we'll take the thumb and the index finger and just sort of not pinching, but kind of squeezing the jaw all the way down towards the chin. Just again, noticing what you notice. And then releasing your hands to rest palm up on your lap. Just notice how you feel. As compared to that first little sensory exercise we did, notice the heartbeat. Notice your breathing. And then we'll turn the palms back over again, and we're just going to slide the chin forward and back. Kind of like opening and closing a drawer, or you might notice it's a little chickeny. Drawing the chin forward, drawing the base of the skull back. And as you draw the base of the skull back, you might kind of make a double chin, just stretching out behind the neck. And then draw the base of the skull all the way up, lengthen the neck, and let your chin come down towards your chest. Take your hands off your legs and just let your arms hang loosely at your sides. Draw the shoulder blades down and back and lift your heart. Notice your breathing here. And see if you can invite it to be a little deeper, a little softer, maybe a little slower. And then we'll take the chin back level to the earth, bring both palms to rest over the heart, one over the other. Let's inhale and just look up towards the sky, any amount, getting a nice stretch on the front of the throat. And then exhale to bow the chin in towards the base of the throat and maybe round the upper shoulders here a little bit. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. And if you like, you can release your hands from your chest. You might open up your arms as you look up, arching your back, a seated cow pose. And you could reach your arms forward as you look down, seated cat pose. And again, make this your practice, your adventure. You can extend your arms or reach them up and out and around and down, making little circles, almost like you're backstroking here in the pool. And move just like you are moving through water, nice and slow. One more time, let's inhale, reach up. And then bring the palms together and back to your heart. And again, just notice what you notice here. Feel your body supported by the ground underneath you. And then if you like, you can stay in your seat here, but I'm going to come to stand. And I invite you all to come to stand as well. And I'm going to just push my chair aside here a little bit so that I can use it for some support and some balance. If you're a more experienced yoga practitioner, you might have yoga blocks that you could use in place of the chair, or you could just bring your hands down to your mat. So we're just going to find mountain pose, Tadasana. So you might rock a little forward and back on your feet. And again, if you're seated, just rock forward and back on your feet from your chair. And maybe just do a little bouncing here. Pick up your heels, come up gently on the balls of your feet, and just feel your heels hit the floor here. Maybe it's very gentle. Maybe you don't have downstairs neighbors and you can really ground those heels down. And then again, inhale here, cleansing exhale. 2 more times. Come up onto the toes as much as you like. As you exhale. You could reach out for your chair for balance. And then here, we'll feel the feet on the ground. Rotate your arms outward so that the palms shine forward. And notice how you're centered here. Are you leaning far forward or listing to one side, or is a lot of the weight back in the heels? Just notice, again, without judging. And then if you decide you want to make some changes from that informed position. Lengthen through the back of the neck and connect to your breath. And then we'll inhale, reach your arms out as far as you like, up to shoulder height. And then we're going to bend that right arm and bring the right hand to the back of the neck. Maybe you turn the left palm out and bring the top of the palm to the back. You might be able to hook the fingers here, or you might reach your left arm up to hold onto your right elbow. Just feeling here, pressing into your feet. Let's inhale right here, and as you exhale, we're going to take a little side bend over to the left. Press down into your right foot and breathe here. Just a little gentle bend. It doesn't have to be really deep, but just notice the expansion of your rib cage on the right side of your body. Notice yourself pressing that heel into the floor. One more full breath right here. And then inhale to come back to center. Exhale to release the hands. And for a moment here, just notice the rebound effect in your arms. You might notice some tingling. You might notice a little difference in between your two arms. You're just building the skill of interoception here. Really being connected to your body and its subtleties, its subtle messages to you. And again, we'll inhale, reach the arms up as much as you like. Bend the left elbow, bring the left hand to the top of the spine, and you can turn the right hand back, reach back towards that left hand. No pressure there. As you can see, I'm nowhere near getting to hook those fingers. But still, if you're here, open up the arms, open up the heart. And then maybe if you like, you might rather take those right fingertips to the top of the left elbow. Press into both feet evenly. Feel yourself centered and balanced here. Let's take an inhale, get long, press into the left foot. And then exhale, little side bend over to the right. Breathe into the left side of your rib cage. Press into both feet. Soften your jaw, soften the skin of your brow. And then we'll inhale to come back to center. Again, exhale like you're moving through water. Just slowly letting your hands come back to Tadasana. Take a moment here to just notice what you notice. And then we'll roll the shoulders up and down and back a few times. And release that. And we'll get into the wrists and the fingers a little bit. And you can come back to your seat if you like, or you can stay standing. We're just gonna make some little circles in the wrists. Keep the fingers extended here and just let it be flowy. And then we'll reverse those circles. And then we'll reach the hands out. Again, they can be low or up to shoulder height. We're just going to flip the fingers up to the sky. Inhale once more here, and then flip the fingers down to the ground. Maybe give them a little flutter. And here you could even fist bump yourself. Close your fingers and bring the tops of your knuckles together. And we're just gonna draw the hands towards the heart and then start to straighten the elbows to push them away. Draw the hands close to the heart and then push them away. You can link the movement with the breath. Inhale as you extend the arms any amount. Just keep those fists connected. And then exhale as you draw back in. This time as you extend, we're going to hang out here for a couple breaths. Find a spot that works for you. Relax the shoulders from the ears and feel what you feel in the tops of the forearms. Just releasing any strain from computer work. One more inhale here. And then we'll exhale, bring the hands back towards the heart, release, shake the hands out, and then open and close the fingers. You can do that nice and low here, or maybe reach your arms out to the sides at shoulder height or up to the sky. Just open and closing. Just work, and it's gentle. Be gentle with these joints. Maybe a little flutter, a little wave, and then again, slowly, slowly, slowly lower your arms back down to Tadasana. And then we're going to come into downward facing dog. So if you want to be on the floor with your hands on your mat, you can do that, or to blocks, you could do it to the chair seat. I'm going to show what I think is the most accessible version. So bring your hands to the top of the back of the chair seat. And then walk your feet back until you're kind of in a number 7 shape. This is sort of Ardha Uttanasana, or half lift from a forward fold, or a very uplifted downward facing dog. Gentle bend in the knees here, especially if you're taking care of low backs. Press evenly into both feet. And keep your palms facing down as you kind of open up your armpits here. Stretching out the armpits, getting a little space to all the lymph nodes that live in there that filter out our lymphatic system. And breathe here. Invite your breath deep into your low belly and feel how that expands the low back. You might even notice some expansion from side to side out in your hips. A couple more breaths here. You might give your hips a little shimmy shake from side to side. Find a little more length in your spine. Imagine opening up space for all those discs. And then bend the knees even more deeply and walk forward towards your chair or towards the top of your mat and come back to Tadasana. And again, take a moment here to feel safe on your feet, in your body, to notice sensations without judging them, and to be here in love. And then we'll get into the legs and the hips a little bit more here. So again, you can do seated figure 4 from your chair, or if you're standing here, and I'll show from the beginning, we're just going to lift up the left leg, bring your knee up to hip height. And first we'll just take a little circle here in the ankle in one direction, and then a couple circles in the opposite direction. You're gonna hold on to your chair like I am for balance, and you can anchor your left hand to your hip or maybe take it out to the side. And then we'll push the left foot back towards the wall behind us, and then circle it back around to the front again. Press strongly into that right foot. And then we'll switch the direction of the rotation here. If you want to challenge your balance more, you can bring your hands to your heart or remove from the chair. And then we're going to bend that left knee and bring the ankle to the top of the left thigh. Again, you can be doing this from a chair. You can stay right here, nice and tall, maybe reaching that left arm out for balance, or you could sit down and to a kind of a squat, figure 4 chair pose, Uttanasana, also known as fierce pose, but we're doing a figure 4 fierce pose. Getting into that right hip, Pressing fully into the sole of the right foot. Hold on to your chair for balance, or maybe bring your hands to your heart, which you can do from your chair if you're seated as well. If you have a little more to give today, you might sit down a little bit farther, lengthen the back of the neck again, draw the base of the skull, and relax the shoulders away from the ears. You might find a focal point down on the floor in front of you, something that's not moving to help aid your balance. Couple more breaths here. Really strengthening those stabilizing muscles around the right ankle and in the right knee. And then when you're ready, we'll press into the right foot, release the left foot, and come back to Tadasana. Take a moment just to notice what you notice. And then if it feels like it would be supportive, just shake out that right leg. You might even tap the top of the foot down on the mat to get a nice little stretch in the shin over there. You could even rock your foot from side to side a bit. And then we'll switch sides. So let's go ahead and pick up that right knee. Bring it up to hip height, hands at heart or reaching out onto your chair or maybe on your hips. And we'll make those circles. Oh, whoop, let's not skip the ankle. Few circles in each direction in the ankle. And then we'll press the foot back towards the wall behind you and lift the knee up and around back to the front again. 3 circles in this direction. Press strongly into your left foot. And then 3 circles in the opposite direction. Again, if you're doing this from a chair, these are pretty subtle. And if you need to drop that foot down, drop it down. And then we'll take that figure 4 here. Again, you can stay really tall here using a wall maybe or a chair for balance. Ooh, I'm a little wobbly here. Got to find my focal point. And then if you like, you can sit down and back and get a nice stretch in that left hip. Hands at hips, heart, chair, whatever's working for you on your yoga adventure today. Couple breaths here. Again, compassion. Be here in love. If you need to come out, come out. Lengthen the spine. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the ground. And with your next inhale, let's press into the left foot. Release the right foot down. Take a moment to notice what you feel. And then if you want to shake that left foot out or tap the top of the foot down, do that here. Again, one more thing we're going to do on each side. We're going to stretch into the quads and into the shins again. So we'll do dancer's pose, which again, you could use the balance of your the chair for balance. If you're seated, I invite you to stand for this one so that you can get a little bit more into the quad. A couple different ways we can do that. If you're able to, we'll turn to face the chair. And we're just going to bend that left knee again. Press the left foot back towards the wall behind you. Open up the heart. And if it's in your reach, you might reach that left hand back for your left ankle, coming into dancer's pose. Draw your left knee towards the right knee. Now, if you can't reach the ankle, which many of us cannot, and you're an experienced yogi, you could use a strap, or you could also use your chair here. I'm probably not showing it great. And just bring your shin, your left shin to the top of the chair and gently push your hips forward to get a really similar sensation. No matter where you are, press into your standing leg for stability. You can keep holding onto the chair for balance. And if you want to deepen the experience, you can press your foot into your hand, roll your left shoulder back and down, and look up towards the sky again, any amount. If you want to challenge your balance here, you could reach your right hand up towards the sky. And if you want to challenge even more, you can begin to bend gently into your right knee and tilt forward, coming into full dancer's pose. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. One more inhale, coming up if you're folded forward. Exhale, release. Notice what you feel. And then if you need to shake it off, shake it off. And then we'll switch sides. So again, use the support of the chair in however it's beneficial for you. We're gonna bend into the right knee. And if you can catch a hold of that right foot, maybe the pant leg. If you have a little hand towel or something, you could use that in place of a strap. And press the foot into the hand, roll your right shoulder back and down. Getting a nice stretch across the chest here. And if you want to add on, you can reach up towards the sky, or maybe gentle bend in the left knee to help you bow forward. Couple breaths wherever you are. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Take your self-assessment. Notice what you notice. If you want to shake anything off or tap anything out, do that here. Notice the beating of your heart. Notice your breath. And then we'll all come to sit in a seat. Again, on your chair, your mat, whatever you're comfortable with. I'd like to blame the messy blanket on my cat, but I don't think I can. I think it's probably me. Find your seat. Feel the support underneath you. Be in love. Recall those feelings of love and relief. And let's just take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Let the left shoulder be heavy. Inhale here. Exhale, let your chin roll down towards your collarbone and to the center. And then roll your left ear up and over the left shoulder. Couple breaths here. Right shoulder soft. And then one more trip from side to side, just noticing any place in particular that might be a little tight or tense. Maybe you want to hang out there for a breath or two, being with any tension in love. And when you've had enough of that, we'll bring the chin back to the chest. Bring the chin level to the earth. And then we'll take a little back bend here. Bring your hands to your hips or maybe to your low back. Let's inhale like a seated cow pose. Open up across your throat and your collarbones as much as feels good to you. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to rest. Once again on your thighs. Or maybe at your heart. And in the tradition of yoga, all the love and the light that is within me wishes you peace, safety, and good health to all the love and the light that is in each of you. Namaste.